All right, hi again, everybody. Welcome this time to the Sanford Pentagon. We're changing things up today with our special guest, Andy Gillham, a sports performance specialist with Sanford Health, based here in Sioux Falls, but certainly reaches athletes all over the globe. Andy, thanks for being here. We are joining us here we're going to be continuing our content series around COVID, but this time we're really knowing that things are a little different by location, by situation, by sport, by age, by access, but that life is starting to resume to a new normal. How about that? Not back to normal. I don't know what real normal is going to look like post-COVID or as COVID gets hopefully resolved, but you're starting to have access to things again. So that's what you're going to see here. We're going to be hitting on that theme a lot. Obviously from a physical standpoint, and then from a mental standpoint as well. It's a new era here, and so that's what we want to tap into. To get things started, we're going to really talk about the return to play mindset. First and foremost, quick reminder to everybody, if you haven't seen it, really proud of some work that our colleagues have done, collaboration between orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, strength conditioning, athletic trainers down the line, got together and said, let's put together a phased plan to help athletes, parents, coaches through this, to remind them that it is a process to get back to where you used to be or where you want to be, and you can't eat an elephant. You got to do one bite at a time, right? So anyways, go check that out for more specifics. We're going to talk about the mindset part of that to get things started here, Andy. So first and foremost, let's just start at the obvious place. Everyone knows where they've been and what we've been through at this point. But if you're you're clicking on your brain and going, all right, it's time to get back to it. Where should their mindset sort of be? What's the starting point?
Well, that's the first part, is to click on your brain and remember that where you have been is not where you were and it's not where you're going. So we need to find a way the cliche would be to get your mind right.
Sure.
And what we mean there is really pay attention to what you're doing, focus in on what you're doing, whether that's a sport where you make sharp cuts, right? And really paying a little more attention to your foot placement and staying vertical so that you don't get too far over your skis, so to speak.
Yep.
And then go splat, and here comes an injury or more problems, right? So it may be that. When we talk about the mindset overall, though, what I really like to do is, we're Sanford Power,
yep.
So we have a little saying to use there where the P stands for sort of prepare, fundamentals, back to that part.
Yep.
The OW, ownership. Own your performance, own what you've got to do. The E is for enjoyment. We got to get back to that. We'll come back. And then R, reach and reclaim your performance. Get back to those heights that you were at. But first, we have to start with those preparations, those fundamentals. We have to remember what it's like. We have to remember, we coping, we wanted to have a schedule, right? We wanted to have that routine.
Sure.
Then when you're back there, you may not want to have that routine anymore. You're like, man, that video game time, that hanging on the couch, that seems pretty good. So start with that preparation, get your mind right, start by being prepared to be back out there.
Yep, thank you for introducing that. And we'll put that up here on the screen through the magic of post-production. But yes, to break it down into acronyms, which people make things easier to remember and to keep moving forward. The P stands for prepare, especially those fundamental movements, which is interesting. I think a lot of professional athletes do that. I'll bring to mind Zach Zenner. I remember watching him practice as a college kid, and he was very deliberate in his cuts, in his breathing, in the whole thing. So it reminds me of that a little bit. You're almost elevating your that sort of automatic physical movement sometimes, but you're really thinking through it, which is beneficial anyways. Moving on to the OW, which is the ownership and accept responsibility. Let's talk about that one for a second, Andy. Interesting again, because one of the great things about sports, it's the great equalizer, right? You're only as good as what your data says you are, and in this case, your data is totally different. You haven't been in the normal weight room. You haven't been competing. You don't know if you've atrophied or detrained a little bit. You're guessing, and kids especially think they're sort of invincible, and so it's pretty easy to not in a malicious way, but fool yourself, I guess, rather than saying lie to people, but fool yourself that no, I'm pretty good. I've been doing a lot of push-ups, feeling pretty good. My bench is probably about the same, and then you find out maybe the hard way that's not true. Give us some advice. How can kids? There's always that. And some of it comes with the general optimism of athletes. No, I think I'm going to be good. What kind of advice would you give to a kid on how to shoot themselves straight?
There's it. Look ahead, what's right in front of you, sort of predictable future. Not in the far future, not in the immediate past, which could be last season, maybe it was cut short, maybe
Sure.
it was even a whole year ago. You got your fall sport done before COVID even happened, so you think you're going right back. Probably not. So the ownership and the accepting responsibility is you are where you are. If you used to bench 30 pounds more or 30 pounds less because you had a home gym and nobody else did, whatever, just know that you have to own whatever it is. And whatever performance level you're at, especially here at Sanford, we're going to do something to try to help you out and get it back. But either way, accept where you're at. It is what it is, and then find a way to move forward. So if you need a little more time in the gym, you need a little more cardio, you need a little better nutrition, you need a little more mental game, we can help with that. Just accept where you're at. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your coach. When something doesn't feel right, say something to somebody. Don't just push through. Make sure that you're safe.
There's nothing wrong with lightening those weights for a week. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, or beyond. That's where you see injuries anyways. Kids biting off more than they can chew. Their biomechanics go out the window because they're doing more weight than is appropriate. Sure. Same kind of scenario. The E in our equation here stands for enjoy.
Yeah.
That one's pretty simple. We'll break it down for us.
It is, but we forget that. We're so angry that sports wasn't here, and we're so just angst, and we've talked about this, and the coping we need, and the anxiety, and the frustrations. Cool. We're back to sport. Enjoy it. If you truly missed it, then enjoy it.
Sure.
If you truly missed it, then enjoy it. Whether that was, again, we talked in one of my earlier videos about understanding your emotions and what did you miss? Did you miss your teammates? Did you miss the coaches? Did you miss the routine? Well, enjoy the parts that you missed.
Sure.
Hopefully you have identified what parts you missed. So now it's time to enjoy it and to appreciate that feeling. And gratitude isn't just for Turkey Day. We don't just need to say thank you when we have a big meal and family and that. We can also be happy and thankful and grateful that we're back, and coach cares, and coach, hey coach, thanks for reaching out to me while we were away, and hey coach, thanks for the videos, and I enjoy being coached again. I enjoy having a schedule. That's really what's going to cross that line into enjoyment and not just going through the motions again.
Sure, and we'll deal with some other emotions here in an upcoming video as well. And then the R, the reach and reclaim. Your thoughts on that is probably similar to maybe, again, in some ways to having an off season, which a lot of kids don't really have anymore, but where you put stuff away for a couple weeks or a month, and then you're getting back into it. Again, being honest with yourself, knowing where you're at, knowing where you're not at, and being committed to the process, I would guess, right?
Yeah, those are all wonderful cliches, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
But really, what we want to
cliches.
do is back to sort of recognizing and reaching forward to something. So don't just let COVID, I took my whole season, and don't just stay grumpy. Again, if we hit that enjoyment mark in the E in our saying here, then go ahead and reach for something bigger, reach for something more important. Be grateful that you have this opportunity, and then reach for something more, and just go get it safely and nicely so we don't have too many injuries, but really go attack something. Don't settle, because we just found out sport can be taken away. Through no doing of our own, through not a random injury, sport can be taken away. So go get that big performance you want.
Perfect. So just to recap our acronym here of POWER, the P stands for essentially prepare. The OW is around ownership and accepting where you're at. The E for enjoy. Let's go, kid, have fun. We're all excited to have you back as well. And then R, the reach and reclaim. Andy Gillham, thanks again for being here. We'll be back real soon. We may not even change clothes between this video and our next one. We'll see. Thanks for being here, guys, and stay tuned for more.